Hey everybody, Cuzzohh here, and I hope you're having a good day, and no matter what you're going through in life, remember that you're stronger and capable of overcoming anything you put your mind to. Now for today's video, I want to dive into a topic that isn't covered much in the Apex community, and I'm sure there are some of you that don't use any sort of mic and text to communicate with your team, but I'm here to try and persuade you to turn that mic on. Comms or voice communications in Apex is actually a lot more crucial than some people think. If you watch pros like Imperial Hal or Alberlelli or NRG Sweet, then I'm sure you've realized by now what the 3 roles are in a squad. Also, if you listen to them and you pay attention to how they play, their minds are on their mic. And what I mean by that is what they're thinking about and what they want to do, they are voicing that to their team on a regular basis. And not in like an annoying way. It's short, sweet, to the point. And so the 3 roles in a squad are this. Number 1, you have your entry fragger, which is going to be the person that is playing the most aggro, that will usually be instigating the fight or the first there. This is going to be your Wraith, Horizon, Octanes, Ashes, legends like that. Entry fraggers must have solid game sense and aim to flourish in that role. And to effectively succeed as an entry fragger, you're going to need to be self-sufficient and aggressive. You're going to be trying to create an opening and opportunities for a push. You're going to need to be good at that too. And you can theoretically be an entry with any legend, but there are outliers for a reason. Your speed or movement needs to be good. And you need to be able to engage and disengage when needed. But moving on to the second role, you have your secondary fragger, which is going to be the second legend into the fights, usually trying to help clean up or aid your support legend or entry fragger. Secondary fraggers usually have some utility to their abilities as well as being aggro. Examples of a secondary fragger could be Bloodhound, Ashe, Valkyrie, and honestly most legends can fit this role. Sometimes the secondary fragger role can be more about setting your team up for fights also instead of being the main one getting kills. Moving on to support or anchor. The support or anchor role that is really the role that nobody really wants to play, but everybody really enjoys seeing someone else pick a thick boy or a defensive legend. And these legends in Apex will generally be in the middle or back of the team, anchoring the team so that there is always a safe place to disengage and come back to. These legends are your Caustics, Gibraltars, Newcastles, Watsons, etc. This role will always be focusing on assisting their teammates at all times. You do not want to be the focus of the opponents when playing this role. Play in the middle or behind both your teammates to be able to go to either of them to aid if needed. Running a poke weapon is a must if you're playing a support character, or the support role rather. And then on top of these roles, right, you have these 3 roles, right? You have one person on the squad that is going to be an IGL, which is an in-game leader. And by the way, these concepts are going to apply more so when you're in a full team, as I'm sure you know by now. Solo queuing will get you teammates with no mic that will do whatever they want usually. And confidence is also going to be key for this role. And typically the entry fragger is the IGL, but the entry doesn't always have to be. If you let your anchor be the IGL, then usually they have a little bit more time to think about rotations and such, since they aren't at the front line, so to speak. And with all this being said, I really also wanted to talk about 3 other cornerstones of a team comp usually. You're going to have your rotational character, your movement legend, like Ashe, Octane, Valkyrie, legends like that can, either micro-rotational abilities or just macro rotational abilities. One of those legends have to be on a team. Then you're going to have your defensive legend like Caustic, Gibraltar, Newcastle. One of those is like those legends are another cornerstone of a team comp. And then you have your third cornerstone, which is going to be those scans, those scanny boys, Bloodhound, Crypto, and Seer. Those are usually your 3 cornerstones. With all this being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and have a great rest of your day. Sub, like, follow, do all the rest. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to tag me in any stuff you guys are getting into. I'd love to see it. Have a good rest of your day. Cuzzohh out.